Hello, Neil. Hello, Jock. Thanks for joining.
Hi.
Hi, Kirill.
Hi, hi, hi.
Okay, let's move. Warm welcome to SIOP Global Health Network second quarterly meeting of 2025. On behalf of me, Mohammed Sageer Khan, working in Saudi Arabia, originally from Pakistan, and Federico Antelon from Guatemala, with the co-chairs of Global Health Network. So, please feel free to interrupt me, raise your hand, put your comments in suggestion box in the chat box. So let's make it interactive and, you know, just try to be, contributing to Global Health Network discussion in this meeting. So this is the agenda you might have got. It's basically the GHN updates and then educational meetings, something about DiSPLeN, and then some plans about SIOP Congress in Amsterdam and next business meetings and any other points. So welcome to all who are joining us, who are the new members in SIOP and SIOP Global Health Network. Membership is, we are retaining most of the members this year, so good numbers if you see over the SIOP website or SIOP Connect. And welcome to our uh, Vice Chair-elect, Jock van Henderleen from Belgium. So is joining as in the first business meeting of Global Health Network. And welcome to three co-chairs of a new working group, that is Artificial Intelligence in Pediatric Oncology Working Group. So we have Yuri with us, maybe Pablo and Prezo might also join, and all members and the participants of this business meeting. I got some apologies. This meeting is coinciding with conflicting with SIOP meeting, the Latin continental meeting of Latin American SIOP group. So Gabby and Caesar are not joining, and I think Bilal might not be joining because he's in traveling. And Jock has partial apologies. Thank you, Jock, for joining. But of course, it's a midnight where you are and you are in traveling. So it's like a partial apology. So something just recapitulating about what we are discussing about Global Health Network as an introduction. So, it was formed as SIOP PUDC, Pediatric Oncology Developing Countries, way back in 1990s, uh, uh, convened by late Professor Hans Peter Wagner and Peter Hasling. Hans Peter Wagner got the Lifetime Achievement Award from Eric Buffet in one of the SIOP Congress. So GHN focuses on addressing the unmet needs of children with cancer by fostering practical guidance for delivering cancer care for healthcare professionals caring for children living in low resource settings. So, we have changed this notion from low middle income countries to low resource settings. The low resource settings can exist in any income country. It could be in, high income countries like it's resources are not the money. It's not the World Bank generated funds or something like that. So it's like resources, human resources, the technique, technology and all those stuff. So it could exist in Europe or North America or anywhere. So we are focusing all around the globe where the resources are relatively less existing. SIOP GHN has evolved into a global forum for multidisciplinary collaboration on research, education, and advocacy in line with SIOP's vision and mission. And we have been in transformation process for better alignment with SIOP's strategic goal. You might have seen over last couple of years, there are a lot of changes taken place in terms of its structure, and the working groups, and a lot more things. So we have 7 existing active working group, and now we have 8. I'm just coming to that one, and we will listen from the leader of that working group. So at the moment, we have 2 co-chairs for the GHN. One must be from LMIC, serving living in LMIC. Another is high income country. That's also going to be little having little changes. I will reflect in the next slides. We have internal collaboration with SIOPs, other networks, and engagement with external stakeholders. So today I see on the SIOP Connect we have 967 members. Our functionality, scope, and mandate, we have 5 goals of SIOP. So our working group is the functional unit. So the members in the working groups are all contributing to global health network and eventually to SIOP. So we are aligned with SIOP strategy, engagement with SIOP continental branches. So every member has SIOP Connect account, and we are actually interacting and navigating through SIOP Connect portal. You are getting a lot of emails and messages from working groups, and also about this meeting, you might have got some emails about reminders. So SIOP GHN is on the WhatsApp also. If you want to join, there is a QR code you can see on the right lower bottom of the screen. And the revised terms of reference, which were revised actually in 2024, and that is due for another revision as a final revision before we go to the SIOP Congress in Amsterdam. So what is the hierarchy? You can see the GHN members interact with the working group leaders. Then there is internal collaboration within the same working group and with other GHN working groups and SIOP networks and committees. Then we have SIOP GHN co-chairs, the leaders, and then we interact with the SIOP leadership as both co-chairs, myself and Federico are part of SIOP board also. So we are directly interacting with SIOP leadership. And then collaboration with external partner is also like one of the aspects we do, as you will listen about the program for SIOP 2025 Congress. Excuse me. So these are the 7 working groups. So last one is artificial intelligence. So this is new one, other groups, and anybody can join any of the working group of their interest through SIOP Connect. Once you join any working group of your interest, you will getting intimations, any messages, any invitations for the meetings or whatever. So there are a lot of opportunities to interact, engage, and network with the international colleagues around the globe, uh, um, within SIOP. So revised terms of reference, I just want to reflect it again. Right now, we have 2 elected co-chairs of Global Health Network I'm referring to, with at least 1 co-chair must live, serve in low middle income countries, must live and work in low middle income countries, while the second co-chair, this is we called as LMIC co-chair, and while the second co-chair can be from low, middle, or high income country regardless. So that is called as general co-chair. So both co-chairs are member of SIO board of director, but that will exist until October 2025. And there is a change thereafter from SIOP Amsterdam Congress. So only one elected chair of SIOP GHN must live and work in LMIC. That is the board member. So the chair, it will not be the co-chair. It will be chair, only one chair who must be living and working in low and middle income countries. That will be the board member. While the elected vice chair should belong to any income setting. This is not a board level position. So for working groups, it's at least one. There must be 3 non-congress activities for each working group each year. For the working group co-chairs, there is no such limitation, but of course, one is LMIC co-chair for the working group and one is the general co-chair. So at least one should be living and working in low and middle income countries. So what will happen now? I'm going to complete my term in October in Amsterdam. So uh, Federico will be the chair of Global Health Network, not the co-chair because he's from LMIC, and our vice chair elect is a new position. This is new role. That is Jacques from Belgium. He will step up as vice chair of Global Health Network. So just note down if there is some relevant comments we can take as okay, right. So this is what the changes are taking place, and then the core steering group, which is like a yearly assignment amongst the leaders of the working groups, along with the leadership of the Global Health Network. So this is the existing core steering group (CSG), which will stay until October 2025, and subsequently, because the CSC comprised the two co-chairs of the Global Health Network with one senior co-chair of each working group. So it was like 9 people as a member of CSC. So for this time around, from October onward, to be precise, one senior co-chair from each working group will be the part of CSG, and the chair of GHN and the vice chair of the GHN will be the constituents of this members of the core steering committee from 2025 October onwards. So thanks to all who contributed to the CSC for this year. I'm really thankful to Gabby, Cesar, Ahmed, and Bilal in particular for their contributions in most of the meetings and conversations. So then another entity we included in the most recent revision in 2024 was inclusion of advisors group. So this is a GHN, sort of a group from where the GHN seeks advice from SIOP GHN Advisors Group that doesn't have voting rights, and it should have at least once a year meeting, but maybe more frequently if needed. So it's for helping getting advice for goals, planning, action relating to GHN. So composition is all GHN co-chair, the GHN co-chairs, it will be co-chair, it will be chair and the vice chair from October onward, all co-chairs of the working groups, all former PODC and GHN co-chairs, up to 6 nominated members. Eligible nominees will be former GHN working group co-chairs that should be formally endorsed by the CSC, and ex officio members will be SIOP president, secretary general, and 6 continental presidents. So we haven't actually activated this group, but I think this is the time we can activate it. So we can ask for the nominees about from the former GHN co-chairs if they want to nominate themselves, and then of course we have all others, and of course we will involve the SIOP continental presidents also, and we can plan for a meeting, the first meeting of this advisors group in Amsterdam. So if some of you who are eligible to be nominated, please go ahead and send the email to me or Federico. So maybe we can set time frame, maybe by the mid of July, we can receive the nominations, and then we can initiate this advisors group from 1st of August onward, if you all agree on it. So this is the leadership. So you can see the leadership. It's as I said, it's a general co-chair and LMIC co-chair. So you can see the names in green are those who are completing their 3 years of terms. So I really appreciate all of them for their. Some of them actually did some extended interval because of to ensure better leader transition. And the new artificial intelligence working group is Yuri from Netherlands, and Pablo from Spain, and Frizo from Netherlands again. So we'll listen to them a little while afterwards. Because I think Jock might have to step out because he's traveling. So Jock, I would appreciate if you want to say something and introduce yourself to the group as a vice chair elect. Uh, I will really appreciate that.
Jacques, if you could also turn on your camera and we know you, if you can, of course, right, Sagir? He will, yeah, Jacques
Yes, of
had
course.
kindly joined the Open Forum 2 days ago. Yeah, he is here. I think he is here.
I just
he is
don't
here.
want
Yeah.
to. I just don't
Yes,
want to
Jock.
wake up everybody because all the other people are sleeping. So, okay, so I'm Jacques van Heerden. I work in Belgium, but I'm also the chair for SIOP Africa Research Committee. So a lot of my work is based in Africa, apart from what I do in Europe. So, and I also work with some global partners like St. Jude's and so forth. So hopefully that my experience will add to this group, and I'm looking forward to listen to everybody first and then contribute from October. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Jock. And I think you're the best fit person for this position because of your extensive contributions on various levels, especially at SIOP Africa level, with a lot of publications also and a lot of contributions. We are looking forward uh, to have you in a leadership role, like just after like 3 months afterwards. So congratulations for being elected as the vice chair. It was a really, really tough competition because we had 10 nominations from which the CSG shortlisted 3 of them, and you were the winner. So congratulations and welcome on board. Let me go back to the slides. Okay. So, about artificial intelligence working group. So I see Yuri is also here and Tableau. So kindly go ahead and introduce yourself and also this exciting working group because it's really a need of time. And everyone is switched to AI. And of course, we have to have you within SIOP and SIOP GHN for a lot of stuff. So Yuri, you want to go ahead?
Thank you very much. I see this wonderful group, and I think this is such a great adventure for us. Of course, artificial intelligence now is everywhere. I just finished a talk in IHA about the whole project that we're doing in the Princess Maxima involving artificial intelligence. And we are happy because one of the key factors with artificial intelligence is the ability to share knowledge with low and middle income countries in a way that we as a center of excellence, if it's St. Jude or Princess Maxima or other big centers in Europe, Barcelona, we can actually make something that can be used in other places. So, and we think this AI working group is a place to connect, is a place to make everybody involved in the project and not left behind. And I always give the example of iPhones, for example. Sorry that I use iPhone, but if you have an old iPhone, you cannot use new apps. So we cannot leave countries behind and jump 10 years ahead to say, hey, join the ride. They cannot. We have to keep everybody on board, and this is what we are planning to do. Also in the educational level, Pablo is here, of course, he's also from Spain, and we are with Friso Calcun. I'm going to lead it. And this is about the group. Maybe I can introduce myself. I forgot to do that because I feel at home already, you see. So I'm originally from Israel. I studied medicine and pediatrics, and then also did my fellowship in pediatric oncology there. But then I moved to work in the UK, where I did another fellowship in leukemia and stem cell transplant. And then I moved to the Netherlands to do a PhD, where I'm about to finish now all the text and all the books. But in the last year, I actually work a lot on artificial intelligence. I built an AI tool with Google to help pediatric oncologists to find the best treatment for their patient, complex patients, more precision medicine-based tool. And we have agreement that we're actually going to talk about it in our next webinar in the beginning of July. that we will introduce that tool and we will give it, because the deal was that the Maxima will invest time and mind into it, and Google will give it for free. So we're happy that it's actually happening. But we're really happy to bring this tool into life, or this working group into live. And we're also planning, I know we are maybe too late for the SIOP to create kind of a session about artificial intelligence, but we are planning to make an evening of artificial intelligence and innovation, and actually Google gave us their offices for this. So we will try to organize something like this.
Thank you so much. We're really excited, and you're very warm welcome on board. And definitely, I think the low resource settings might need a lot more acceleration, because high income countries or the high resource settings are already maybe up to mark. But of course, it's something evolving, so everyone will be in need of getting the AI support, or guidance, or how we can actually foster the pediatric oncology journey and services with using AI. So it would be really, really needed.
I can tell you
Pablo,
there is a lot of interest, Muhammad, from the big med company, Google, Microsoft, and also OpenAI, to be involved in this working group, to help bring other countries up to speed, to share free courses of how to use AI with all the doctors and researchers. And there's a lot of enthusiasm also from them to take part in this development. So I'm happy to bring it on.
excellent. That's fabulous. And Pablo, you want to add something? Welcome on board. Please introduce yourself also, and whatever you want to say.
Greetings from Barcelona. I'm excited also to be in this group. The presentations you've done is impressive, and yes, I'm a pediatrician in Barcelona. I'm working here from 2012, and I'm coordinating a relapse network for acute lymphoblastic leukemia in Spain, and we integrated there people from artificial intelligence and mathematics, because we really think it should be integrated in the multi-stakeholder groups for precision medicine. I love the idea of SIOP AI group, because I really think that the algorithms that there has been developed for large language models, they really don't need a lot of resources to be implemented in everywhere. And this is the reason why the first webinar is AI for everywhere, everyone, everywhere. And this is the paradigm of large language models. And I'm sure that you are going to love this project that Uri has developed with Google. But also we want this space in SIOP to seek projects together, because I think that we should encompass, oriented all the projects with these great companies. And Yuri has this mission to also to invite startups and companies. So between everyone, we can also get new ideas from everywhere in the world. It doesn't matter low, middle, high income countries, and trying to develop them with the startups. So I think that our idea is to have two kinds of meetings in this group. Meetings where we are going to invite all these people doing projects for pediatric cancer from AI, but also close meetings with the participants, just to think where we want to go to the next steps from the clinical point of view. And I think that the participation of everyone there would be really meaningful.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely. We look forward to your first meeting, the webinar you are actually talking about in July. And of course, we would have more productive discussion in Amsterdam, hopefully, for more productive use of this working group, of course. Yeah. Regine, your hand is raised. You want to say something?
Yeah. So, if I may, I will just like to say hello to everyone, and it's very nice to be here together in the business meeting. And I would like to welcome both Jacques, which we did also in the open forum 2 days ago, but also to Uri and Pablo, because you were not in the open forum, and I missed you in the SIOP Europe because they were in the first 2 days and I was in the last 3 days. And thanks, Rob, for introducing you to us, to SIOP. I think it is very important and very timely to have the AI now in SIOP. And AI is important for everyone, high income country, low middle income country, everyone. And so it is very good that you are really initiating this working group. And we had talked about in the governance committee, and we thought that's right, Sagir, that it would be best to be in the global health network as we need it globally. And we are looking forward to the webinars and other educational things. And it is very good that you are also contacting Google and other startups that can also help SIOP. Like the event is good, but also they can maybe sponsor some of the work that has to be done in this or some projects, which is really great. I think this is a very good initiative. Thanks, Sagir. Also, thanks to Uri, Pablo, and Friso, right? We are missing Friso now. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Regine. So this the GHN was open to have the member subscription to the AI working group. So if all other leaders echo, I must say Yuri and Pablo, that we usually have members in the list on SIOP Connect, and the leaders usually choose the folks who are more interested to contribute and then start working or discussion, brainstorming, and everything. And then, of course, we would have good time in the SIOP annual meetings for having in-person discussions and just fostering our ways, all the plans, planning and strategic stuff. So we will invite formally write. It's overdue actually. We will write over the SIOP Connect on behalf of GHN to welcome this you all three of you, and also introducing inauguration of this new working group. So really looking forward to have very good time with AI working group within SIOP. Any other comments or suggestions before we move forward, Federico or anybody else? And I don't see
Everything
anything.
okay, Zagir. I'm really happy and excited by the AI working group, really. I think this will be an before and after event in SIOP and all pediatric oncology. Thank you very much for this new innovative idea.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I don't see anything in the chat box for no comments. Okay. So let's move about the leadership transition. So it's I must say it's only the exception because it's a new working group. As I said earlier, that we have in the terms of reference, and that exception was approved by the governance committee, that we need to have at least one of the leader must be living and serving in the low and middle income countries. But because this is a new working group, so it's exemption. But of course, when we have transition of the roles, leadership, we would have somebody from the lower middle income countries to come up as a leader. So this is a year of leadership transition for GHN. So as I said, I'm going to step down in October 2025 during Amsterdam meeting. So we already have Jog as vice chair elect, and he would be the vice chair. And then we have working group leadership transition also, which is taking place in 2025. Sorry, we are a little late on the nomination process, but of course we will go ahead for that. So we have leadership transition for research innovation group, because Caitlin will complete, rather she will be 4 years. Thank you so much for Caitlin for staying, because of leadership transition. We don't want to have both new leaders to step out. So it will be a general position. Then traditional and complementary medicine, Ahmad Farag will be completing his term, his LMIC position. Partnership working group, Caesar will be stepping down. So it's general position. PROS, I just highlighted it because the PROS is basically a working group in collaboration with Pediatric Radiation Oncology Society. So it's a decision by SIOP as well as PROS itself. So we will ask PROS about nomination if they want to replace Bilal or they want to keep him as a leader. Then palliative care, Michael McNeil will be completing, and then AYA, adolescent and young adult, Gabby is finishing three years term, and then psychosocial well-being, Ayushi. Ayushi, I think you stayed a little bit up. Thanks for mentoring the leadership in the psychosocial well-being working group. So maybe we can decide. We'll ask the SIOP Secretariat for the support. We can just start the nominations. And the nominations, of course, it should be based on the economic, the World Bank economic region, based on general, where is it general, there is no need for, specifying. Anybody can come up and run for the elections. But for LMICs, of course, that should be LMIC contestants only. So, Regin, maybe we can discuss in the next governance meeting, or I can put it over the emails, and maybe we can start the process of nomination, and maybe in August, if we can complete that process, so at least there will be 2 months for the new person to be staying as elect position. So should we have good, like at least couple of months time for leadership transition? So any thoughts on it, or the working group leaders, they want to say something differently, or if there is a need to of course, there is an option to rerun for the leaders for another term if they haven't done like 2 terms in consecutive. So that's another part which is there in the terms of reference. So if you have done only 1 term, you can still rerun for the elections, but of course that will be through nomination and then election process. Any questions or suggestions about it? So I wish that we could have this election process completed well before the SIOP Amsterdam meeting. Okay, I see some chat options. Yes, of course, Regina, I will write to the governance committee about starting the process of nominations. And if you go back about the CSG, so let me go back to this page. So of course, if we have, the leadership transition, then the leaders who are not, highlighted, like Mire, and then Shushan, and Bilal is still not confirmed, Roberto, Mahmoud, and Rosanna, and Elisa, they will be part of CSC. And of course, one of the AI leader will also be part of CSC. So the CSC numbers will be 10 that way. So we can ask all 3 of you artificial intelligence leaders to nominate one of them as a part of CSC. So CSC is basically the governing group for the GHN for day-to-day management decisions or many other stuff we consider. So we usually have like once a month meeting and a WhatsApp group for discussions. We get very busy when we're going to decide about the Congress planning and abstracts and scholarships and many other stuff. So this is sort of a commitment, time commitment in addition to, just a role. So that is what the CSC will look like after in October.
If that's okay, we will discuss among 3 of us and we will let you know.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever you decide, we will welcome that.
Thank you.
Right. So any thoughts or suggestions? We are well in time, so we can discuss if there are something we want to discuss about the part of agenda we covered so far. Any thoughts from anywhere? Especially the working group leaders. Okay, so let me go ahead. So like a few years ago, SIOP was famous for having like annual meeting for like networking, discussion, education, sharing updates. So it's not like that now because we are much transformed. There's so many activities going all around the year globally for engaging and connecting the people on various webinars and sessions. So I'm talking only about the GHN. So it looks like a busy slide, but I just put it like a calendar. You can see the level of educational sessions which have been conducted over last 9 or 10 months, starting from October. Rather, we can say November because November was the after the conference. So AYA, they have like three sessions, which are basically just it's a coffee. Do we have Rosanna with us? So
Yes, I'm here.
yeah, Rosanna, you can just share about what we have done in AYA meetings. So I got it from Gabby that you already have three sessions and one session is coming up. So how do you do this interview, or how the others can get engaged in that?
Hi again, and sorry that my camera is off. So about the Charlas de Café or coffee talks, this idea came up to me and Gabby. And the main idea was to have like a sort of informal and cozy conversations with people. So by that time I was learning Spanish, so that's why the name came from here, and Gabby is from Argentina, so obviously. So our Charlas de Café, the main aim is, as I said, to have like informal, like cozy conversation in front of the coffee. And later on, we are putting these interviews, the wall interview, and we're making like a short article about that. Which we write like the main thing that probably, I mean, some people do like to share the interview, some people would like to read something about the interviews. So that's why we have decided to have the both like video version and having like a small article about what we have talked. So we are trying to capture like the most important thing about adolescent young adult, which usually in some places, and especially as a doctor who is working in LMIC, people do not like to talk about like sexuality, how they're organizing everything, about fertility preservation. Our next thought is going to be about that. And also we had a discussion about transition medicine. And I would like to say that this is really motivating many people, and many people have reached to us and asking about whether they would like to talk about this. Some of them are cancer survivors and now working as patient advocates. And this is really motivating for all adolescent and young adults when the patient advocates are talking about this. And also we have people who are like closely working, like nurses, psychologists, who are working with adolescent young adult. And all this conversation, we are really very motivated with the feedback that we receive from people. And during the first, like I would say, episodes, we have been reaching out people to interview them, but then some people have reached out to us to have like this conversation, and this is really good. And apart from this Charlas de Café, what we have been working on was, of course, the abstract about the care of adolescent young adults in the resource limiting setting. And we did some research, and hopefully this will be published and we will present this during the SIOP, I hope so. And later on we will have like a full paper. So apart from the interviews and from the videos that we are doing, we are also working on like research component, because in the opinion of me and Gabby, we think the both way the same, is like having the research component within the group, and to have the visibility of the group, and not only the group but SIOP as well, is really important. And I would like also to say that having like a monthly meeting within our group, it's not just me and Gabby, but this is our and young adult group, which is also important. So the main aim of this working group in Global Health Network is not just having the co-chair, having the meeting together, like monthly, but also engaging more people to join this working group and unite, I would say, people who have the same way of thinking on this. So basically, this is from my side. I think that I obviously forgot something to say, but sorry for that. I haven't prepared the presentation for this.
No, actually, I don't want to have the presentations. I wanted to like an interactive discussion because sometimes, presentation, you miss something which people want to listen. So it's really great, exciting stuff, Gabby and Rosanna. But I'm wondering, you do it like a recorded interview and then display it over Onco Daily and YouTube, and the recording is available there. So what's the format if other people want to get engaged with you?
Yeah, so we usually like how we organize the interview, because some people would love to have like beforehand the question that we are going to discuss. Some, I mean, do not care about like the questions that you are going to discuss. So it depends. We'll always ask the one whom we are going to like have an interview. And the main idea of this, not just to be prepared, but also to capture as much as you can during this video talk. And usually this, as you say, these are pre-recorded videos, and later on we are not the best, like I would say, directors or people who are working good with the video formatting, but we are trying to do our best. And of course, in some cases, we ask Onco Daily people to help us in that. And later on, we also ask for like a short biography of people whom we have interviewed, or the thing that they think they forgot to say during the interview, but they would like to share with others. Like recently during the Blue March, colorectal cancer awareness month, we had like a short like articles about the disease, about the initiatives that we were interviewing Katel, who is very active patient advocate, and she's mainly working, she didn't know about SIOP. So the main idea is to engage more people who haven't heard about like SIOP or haven't engaged with this, to get involved, like medical oncology, because our working group uh, contains like some components, and it's important to have like this collaboration with medical oncologists and people who are working in adult oncology field. So in our working group, we are trying to unite these two things. And in our working group, we also have medical oncologists, which were not a member before this, but then they have heard like through Onco Daily, because me and Gabby have other initiatives which we are involved, and we always share our SIOP initiatives through that networks. And in my opinion, this is one of the most important things and the ways to engage more people into SIOP. So they are coming to our working group and working closely with us and becoming the SIOP member. And this is, in my opinion, this is a good idea to have and to use for other working groups probably. But I mean, in adolescent young adult, it would really work, yeah. For other working groups, I'm not sure.
Right. Thank you so much, Rosanna. I think this is more than education, there is advocacy component in it. So I think maybe engaging at some level, there's some part of, CCI, or even there is a network on survivorship. So
Yeah, exactly,
there is a room to
exactly.
engage them. Yeah.
Yeah, we have interviewed some people who are like from CCI, and also there is an organization in Europe for adolescent young adults, and I know them like before even the SIOP, and engage them to come and join the SIOP and our working group as well.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. And other folks who want to engage, get connected with AYA, then they can go and subscribe this AYA working group, and then look forward to more effective and impactful interviews and activities. Thank you, Rosanna and Gabby.
Thank you too.
Any other thoughts or suggestions from the folks? Yeah, name is really interesting, definitely. It's a coffee talk, or this you know, it's from Latin, right? It's Latin or Spanish?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Pablo will
Spanish
say.
completely. Charlas de café. This is really, yeah,
Excellent.
really
Yeah.
nice.
Right. So next, I will share in the end towards about the DiSPLeN. So let's go to the palliative working group, palliative care. So do we have Mire? Are you with us?
I think Mira had to pick up her children, and
Right.
Mike would not be here. But let me tell, because she has told about it, because Mira is also doing a PhD in palliative care. And in ASCO, she was very active and has consulted many colleagues and talked with Michael also to have a second seminar on palliative care end of June. So they had one on bone and soft tissue tumors, an orthopedic surgeon that is really working very closely with pediatric oncology, gave a very nice webinar. And the next one would be of a person that does both both adults and pediatrics, but is very in the United States and is very quite experienced in the subject. And she has consulted her and Michael, and they are trying to find the right time in June, by the end of June, to have a webinar. I think she has already written to you or will be writing to you. Yeah. Because she
Okay,
works
sure.
with me, I know about what she's doing. That's why I just.
Right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So I think this is good going. They have some. I think in September they had a talk. There was another session in last year.
Yeah,
So
they did. I think they did one or two more. Yeah, one was Kalkila from India. She had told how she had made her palliative care unit and what is needed to make a palliative care unit. Yeah.
yeah. So they have proposed a session also. I will come to that during SIOP 2025. Okay. Thank you, Regine. Any comments about the palliative care or any suggestions in the chat? No, okay, nothing. So then we have this partnership working group. I will have to check because they had a good meeting last year about the Indian pediatric oncology, but I think they don't have any other activity. Do we have somebody from, I think Cesar apologized.
Sakir, am I mistaken? I think Cesar had also arranged a Mexican group, but I'm not sure if they did it or not. The Indian
Actually,
group, it was a very good
yeah,
session. That one I
yeah.
remember. Then he was to do one with the Mexican group, but I'm not sure if it was done or
I
not.
couldn't find it actually. I asked him directly, and then Anelia couldn't find herself. So we'll
Okay.
ask if there is anything, we will fill
Okay.
it up. So
Okay.
this is information, mostly I grabbed it from the working group leaders, but I couldn't receive any input directly from them.
Yeah.
So
Thank
okay.
you.
Then pros, they are also very active. So do we have Joki with us? Because Bilal is traveling, he's not able to join today. I can see if she's around. No. So they have done activities and very well attended webinars, one on medulloblastoma radiation therapy, one on rhabdomyosarcoma, and they are having another one in July on ependymoma. So even I tell you, for our DiSPLeN webinars, there are a lot of questions related to radiation therapy, which are basically asked by the pediatric oncologist, not radiation oncologists. So there are a lot of questions and concerns. That's why they have like more than 100 participants in their webinars, which they are arranging on solid tumors. So I really congratulate Bilal and the pros. Pros is directly involved alongside SIO for generating the discussions and engaging the folks to these webinars. And then this is really, really good contribution by the psychosocial well-being working group, which was actually not that active like a couple of years ago. But thanks Ayushi and Elisa, you are really doing a lot for this working group. So Ayushi, you are around here, right? You are here, so you can
Yeah,
tell
hi
us
everyone.
about,
Good evening.
yeah, please.
Yeah, sorry for keeping my camera off. I think it has been a great year for me. And I would really like to thank my co-chair Alisa. She could hear me, but I think she's traveling, so she couldn't be able to join the meeting. I think it was a collaborative work between me and Alisa that we were able to organize these 4 educational webinars this year. And we are also collaborating with the pediatric psycho-oncology group, the main group, to have the case-based discussions. This is like a new initiative by the psychosocial well-being group. We are already in terms of talking with the chairs of the PPO group. And I think very soon, probably before the SIOP Congress, we will have a formal announcement about this forum. And we also have one upcoming session this month only about the psychosocial screening and support in early survivorship. Because there is an overlap between the members who are there in the PPO group and the psychosocial well-being group, there is a possibility that maybe both the groups are going to collaborate together and probably it's going to be one group. So looking forward to that.
Excellent. I think that's very well needed because PPO was relatively an isolated group before, but now they are contributing a lot. You know, they were involved mainly in the Congress, but now they are doing some non-Congress related educational activities. So it's good that our psychosocial well-being working group are directly aligning with them and interacting for the sessions. So great number of
Yeah, and we
sessions.
got and we got the suggestions from other working groups to have collaboration with other working groups. So that's why we are now collaborating with the survivorship group. And I think even the Supporting Care Network had a very wonderful session a few months back about Zippy Game, which was again a cognitive behavioral tool which can be used with children. So I think it's great to see collaboration between all the working groups. And I really thankful of involving us in all these activities.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ayushi, for your leadership, great leadership with the years.
Thank you.
Then research and innovation any questions or suggestions to Ayushi or the psychosocial well-being working group from anyone? Okay. For research and innovation working group, I think this is leadership transition also this year. So they didn't have any educational activity. They were very famous to have some engagement. So maybe a little, innovation required to just resume the activities after Vanki left this working group. So let's see. They can have some activities in next couple of months or before the conference. And then TNCM, that is really wonderful working group. So Ahmed is with us. Ahmed, I think he joined.
Yes.
Yeah, Ahmed, yeah, please go
Yes.
ahead and let us know about the activities, educational activities we are consistently having for this working group.
Yes, thank you for your nice words. And we are believing that the traditional complementary medicine is very important nowadays during our work because we are facing it with a lot of patients and we have lack of knowledge about its use, especially if we face some patients coming from another country. And most of us are having patients coming, immigrants or refugees or something like that. And we are always notice that they are using sometimes strange or weird things for us. And because of that, it's important to know through this working group about other cultures, about other traditional medicines. Within our group, we have succeeded this year to make our meeting every 2 months from different areas, of course, in the world. So at first in January, Regin have attending our group and give a very nice presentation virtually, really about the use of TCM in supportive care in general. Then in March, Roberto, the other co-chair of our group, have spoken about the use of traditional medicine in Chile. And last month, pioneers have spoken about the use of traditional medicine in Switzerland and Germany. In addition, we have submitted 2 papers. They are now in the review, and we are working on another 2 papers, and I hope to submit them very soon. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent, Ahmad. Great work.
Thank you.
This is really amazing to have research and education all together. And of course, that comes with some advocacy also. So I know it's not easy to organize a webinar. It takes a lot of work and lot of brainstorming. And the good thing, I think most of the webinars, educational activities under GHN, they already been recorded and posted on YouTube. So this is another asset. It's educational academic asset, which we are actually putting it over the YouTube channels. So that needs
Interesting
more
also that a
dissemination.
lot of people are viewing this YouTube videos because it's
Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
for a lot of
exactly.
people, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely it's really a great work. It's not like for like people, if people the numbers are not good in the live sessions, there are a lot more who can listen to those sessions. But of course, we need to disseminate. We should have some mechanism to disseminate this sort of information as we did for CEDAR or some other projects. So
I hope so, yes. Yeah.
we should try to maybe during the SIOP Amsterdam, we have to publicize the activities which are already recorded and available there.
This will be super. Yes.
Excellent work. And I see Elisa is here. Elisa, you want to add? I think, sorry, we didn't see you. So if you want to add anything about the psychosocial well-being, and definitely we are really thankful for your efforts for this working group.
Hi. No, Ayushi presented everything. Yeah, the main thing that we are working on this case discussion initiative with PPO. I hope we will manage to do it soon, because lots of psychosocial clinicians will benefit from it, especially from LMIC countries who maybe don't have supervisors, etc. So I hope we'll manage to organize it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. And I think when we this psychosocial well-being working group, actually it was a different name actually. We were trying to target the nurses also. So I don't know you are interacting directly with the nursing network also, because for LMIC most part of this task has been assigned to the nurses. So they should also be very much educated about the psychosocial aspects of care.
Not yet, but yeah, you are right. Maybe we should also reach out to nursing working group.
But I think we do have a lot of.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, but I think we have a lot of participants who are nurses as well. The people who are joining our webinars. We don't know how exactly they're involved, but we do see a lot of nurses as well in our webinar session. Yeah.
Right, great. So maybe making it like more effective and impactful, you can interact with there is a care working group within nursing network, which is actually focused on it's basically the maybe the continuation of what we have nursing working group within GHN and PODC. So they are focusing on the low resource settings. So it will be worth we can interact with them and engage them in the activities which we already have or in the future activities. And of course, we can see here in this list, there is a lot of room for interact within each other. And also like big events, we can not only post it over the working group, you can reach out to me or Federico or Jock in the future for publicizing the activities within the broader GHN, network SIOP Connect as well, to have better reach and better dissemination of invitations or stuff like that. Or maybe some mechanism that it should go to the broader population, broader folks, in addition to the only working group members. For all working group activities, I mean. Yes. Any thoughts, any further thoughts or suggestions about the educational offerings by the GHN? Yes, Regine, please go ahead.
Sorry, Sagir. I would like to thank you and Federico and all our leaders in the working groups of the GHN. They have really done a fantastic work. Thank you for your leadership for both and the DiSPLeN again. I am sorry that I have to go online for another meeting. It was really very good, and I wish that the meeting, I'm sure, will be very successful the rest of the meeting. So please excuse me, and best wishes to all. Bye.
Thank you so much, Regine, for joining and your support for GHN as Secretary General of
Always.
SIOP. So thank you so
Always.
much for joining,
Bye-bye.
and we'll keep in touch. Yeah, thank you. So congratulations, all the working group leaders and members. They can all get benefits from these activities which we are generating. And let me go to DiSPLeN, which you saw there. So basically, you know, DiSPLeN, I'm just recapping it. We run SWOT analysis in 2024, and we got some key findings or suggestions out of it. It's this regular scheduled meeting of working group co-chairs with GHN co-chairs and CSC members twice a year, progress monitoring. That is all related to GHN and virtual listening. And there was, we found that there was a need for getting some education on disease, you know, specific diseases instead of, in addition to have other conversations, education and research stuff. So after a lot of brainstorming discussions within CSC and within Global Health Network leadership and also SIOP leadership, we started this initiative. This is called a disease-specific portal for learning and networking. So basically, it was initiative to provide additional learning avenues to SIOP members, learning forum on various aspects of care directed at common and curable cancers. So by DiSPLeN, we are conducting learning sessions focusing on case-based discussions, diagnosis and referral pathways, access to care, advanced diagnostic and therapeutic modalities. And invited faculty are the SIOP members, mainly with enormous experience and expertise. And DiSPLeN enhances SIOP membership engagement and contribute to professional nurturing of SIOP global health and SIOP members. So this is the DiSPLeN team, which was formulated as for the pilot phase. I'm going to that. So basically, this is interested members of the core steering group, then SIOP General Secretary, disease experts on various diseases, one represented from IPSO, International Pediatric Society, Surgical Oncology Society, one representative from International Society of Ocular Oncology, one representative from each continental branches, and up to 3 GHN nominated members, the former leaders of GHN and GHN working group. So it's not complete. You can get more information going to the DiSPLeN page about it. So we have a good composition of committee, but still some members were missing, and we have run the pilot phase of 6 months, starting from December 24 till May 2025. Basically, we aimed at globalizing the already existing smaller and regional groups on disease-specific learning. DiSPLeN team coordinated the educational day sessions along with local organizers during SIOP Asia 2025, which was held in April 2025. And then we have ultimate goal. So now we have to review after all data we have got from the DiSPLeN. I try to dive in, but it's extensive. So that needs a lot of work to come up with some key findings. So these are the 6 webinars we conducted: low-grade glioma, medulloblastoma, updates on management of Hodgkin's, and Wilms tumor, ALL, and retinoblastoma. So these all 6 sessions, you can see the speakers starting from Eric Buffet, Mariam Foladi, Mary Taj, and then we had Gurmuch and Tada in the last meeting. So Caesar and Martin. So we had like real disease experts around the globe who were talking, and we had the disease case discussion by the fellow, and then discussion generated. So it was really, really interactive with a lot of question and answers. In one session, we had 50 plus questions, and the registrations reached above 500, above 450, and the attendance was ranging from 280, and more than 100 to 280 in different sessions. So these all sessions are recorded and available on the YouTube. So that's also, as I said, it's a great resource on disease-specific talks. And one thing, as I said, it was Education Day on SIOP Asia 2025, which was held in April. So we had more than 200 in-person participants with 6 sessions on 6 WHO index cancers. You can see the names here also: Asim Belgami, we had in Burkitt's, and we had Scott Howard, Kirill, Deepak Bansal, Stephen Hunger, lot big names: Hafiz Abdul Hafiz from IPSO, Bilal Qureshi, and then you can see the names of Norbert Graf, and experts in various. Michael Sullivan was also part, and Omar Shamdin and others. So it was very well attended sessions, and we are waiting for the final analysis of the outputs we got from the participants. And this was the group photo. We took it in the last part of this DiSPLeN Education Day. Education Day plus 6 sessions. So we had a lot of data, the metrics to study, and then decide about the next phase of the DiSPLeN. There are a lot of thoughts which we will come up maybe in a couple of weeks' time within DiSPLeN team and the GHN CSG, and decide about the next phase, the ultimate phase of this project. So I would appreciate if you have any thoughts or suggestions.
So here I think it has been a great success, the pilot phase. So congratulations for this idea and this effort. I think it has been really amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Federico. Yeah, definitely. I really loved working for this initiative, and I congratulate all my friends, all the part of DiSPLeN team. Yeah, I see the comment from Kirill about technologies. Yeah, definitely. Actually, my ambition, I don't know how I foresee, it should be something like the disease-specific academies within SIOP, or some special interest groups. It should not be like one DiSPLeN, rather it's DiSPLeN on ALL, on lymphomas, on retinoblastomas, on Wilms tumors. So there should be like short, different consortia, and the people should be engaged for discussion. I saw the Mitra, the question about asking the questions. There were a lot of questions actually asked during that short 1 hour to 90-minute sessions, and we actually respected all questions being answered as text or live, or also we took some questions after the meeting which were unanswered, that were answered to the email by the experts. So we wish that we should have like active forums on various disease aspects in the future, which SIOP can provide direct interaction with the people who are in need of knowledge or expertise sharing or discussions. So let's see what will be the outcome. But we are in conversation with the SIOP leadership. So maybe in next couple of months before we go to Amsterdam, we would have some maybe like concrete plans about having this DiSPLeN in the future, the shape of the DiSPLeN. So thank you so much for all your commitments for the DiSPLeN, and your contribution and attendance and all those stuff. So I don't see any further questions. Right. Now go to SIOP 2025, which is coming up in October in Amsterdam. So we are all looking forward to it, and I think many of us are planning to join. So for abstracts, we have more than 2,500 abstracts submitted for this conference, and you can see the number. 50% submissions were from low middle income countries. So we are on this for decision this year. Thankfully, thanks to SIOP leadership, we would have 25 scholarships instead of 20. And we are considering upper middle income countries also this time. It's the first time because we were considering only low and lower middle income countries for the abstract scholarships. So there will be registration up till like 2,500 euros based on different areas from the people will be coming and free registration. The maximum 3 abstracts from a country. This is the rubric we always following from Julia and Alan and all the previous leaders. So it will be like maximum 3 abstracts from a country and no more than 1 abstract from a center and not rewarded within last 5 years. That's what we follow. If you got the scholarship from GHN in last 5 years, so we will give a chance to somebody else to have this scholarship. So essentials are one must be active SIOP members, be active in pediatric oncology full time or at least more than 35, at least 30% of the time, be accredited in a hospital with a division of pediatric oncology. So we are in the process. We already received the scoring from the SIOP scientific committee. Abstracts already scored, and all of the submitters are waiting for the response, the result and outcome. So of course we will try to have the decisions on the scholarships in the next 2 to 3 weeks with the help of CSG. So we would have GHN annual assembly last year. It was Hawaii, and we were expecting less attendance from LMICs or low resource settings. So we had virtual meeting, but this time it will be in-person meeting Sunday, 19th of October. 1 to 4 p.m. So just to please save this time, and if you are planning to travel, please take your travel arrangements to attend this GHN annual assembly, which is open for all, and lot of interaction about we do for I think what's happening in slides. Then let's go to the education day. So education day, we would have 4 sessions, the GHN track, the best of GHN free paper session that is yet to be decided based on the abstract submitted from the low and middle income countries. Then I think Mireille hasn't yet joined, but we will discuss it further. Mireille and Michael, they have submitted a nice proposal. Actually, we asked every leader, all the working group leaders, to share the proposals for the sessions. So this looks quite good. I will share within the CSG and all the working group chairs also, co-chairs. This is compassion across cultures, rethinking pediatric palliative care through empathy, humility, and human connections. It's basically palliative care driven session, but they have proposed to engage TNCM, psychosocial, and AYA working group in that. Then thanks to Gabby, we have a joint session that is impact of climate change on childhood cancer, risk, access to care, and outcomes. That is the Young SIOP Network, GHN, and Supportive Care Network joint session. And then we always have a very exciting session in the end of the day that falls just before the inauguration session. That is global collaboration. We will invite updates on GICC, the global platform for access to childhood cancer medicines by St. Jude, global mapping, and ARIA. So that will be on updates on it. It's not the final, but it's you can see this will be the shape of the education day. We have to still discuss within CSG more extensively, but I'm just sharing the thoughts how it will look like. Then the session on day 4 that we are getting this year is the first session is still open. There are some thoughts, but we haven't actually have the concrete ideas. It's with this maybe with SIOP survivorship epidemiology networks or some GHN working groups, maybe AYA. That is still we are in discussion. And the last session we will create on GHN update session that will be for all SIOP members. Of course, those who are not getting to the business meeting, annual assembly. So we will go for like some comprehensive account, like I shared a slide. So we would have more details about what GHN is doing, what it will be shaped like in the future, and with the new leadership and all, and DiSPLeN also, of course, the fate of DiSPLeN and all of this stuff. So this is the preliminary plan for the SIOP 2025. So any thoughts or suggestions? I would really appreciate if you have any comments on it.
Can I mention something very small?
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
During SIOP, we will have the meeting for innovation, not innovation, but AI and projects that will be in Google. That will be on 21st of October evening. We looked together in the SIOP program, and this is a gap where there is no dinners or presidential meetings. So we hope to do it there. It's not far away, that you can actually walk to the offices, but it's limited to around, I think, 40 to 50 people maximum.
Right, that's great. So it is in the evening, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that will be great. Maybe we can, if you want, we can invite selective leaders if GHN of the GHN if they want to join. And also, I think for AI, we can include some part of it in our GHN update session also on 24th, the last session which is being displayed.
Yeah, I'll be happy to discuss with you how is the best way to approach it to get the maximum effect. And then also we're working on a plan. So, and we also would like to open the plan. So it's going to be a project about academia and AI. Will ask for collaborators from low and middle income country that can collaborate with other countries from Europe or the States.
Yeah, definitely. We would include somewhere in the main GHN sessions. In addition, there is another option which we haven't explored yet, is in spot sessions. There are some, like in the exhibition area, they arrange some special sessions where we can highlight and we can advertise something which are going to happen. So maybe we can think about something exclusive on AI if needed during in-spot sessions.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, Uri, again. So I don't see any comments in the chat. If you have any questions, let me know about that. Of course, you can reach out to me and Federico if you have any further thoughts, because the program is still not finalized. It's 3 sessions on day 1 are final. I can go back again. Sorry, it's not moving. What happened? So best of GHN free paper session, of course, we have to select the abstracts from the abstract list. It's still we are working on, but this session is final, the title. And then the 3rd session, this is the joint session with YSN, and the 4th session, these are final. The 2nd session, we're still thinking to refine it further. There is a schedule already. They suggested like 4 speakers and some panelists. And then these 2 sessions are still we are working on. So you can feel free to suggest if you have any ideas on it. Sorry. Then the next business meeting. So usually we have quarterly meetings. So this is the 2nd quarterly meeting. The 3rd quarterly meeting will be in Amsterdam. So most likely we have the last quarterly meeting in mid of December, but of course that will be based on the availability and based on Federico and Jock's commitments. So I would be there, of course, but not as a leader. So let me go to any other points. If you have any suggestions or thoughts to discuss about GHN, please feel free, raise your hand or write in the text before we go to the end of this meeting. Any further thoughts from anybody who is on call? And then let me go to this last thing which I want to highlight. It's this CEDAR, Childhood Cancer Early Diagnosis and Appropriate Referral Project, which we initiated in collaboration with International Pediatric Association, CEDAR project. So we had 7 webinars on early diagnosis and referral. So I'm glad to share that we had like special report in pediatric blood and cancer, which was just published last month. And we have this as a limited access to read access. So this is the QR code if you want to see the highlights of this CEDAR project, and it includes the YouTube recordings, and still we are studying the impact in terms of its reach and likes and other stuff. So please, you can visit on the YouTube, and you can share this paper as well as the link to pediatric population, the pediatric general pediatrics, or the nurses, or the primary care providers who can be benefited by the early diagnosis educational sessions which we did in 2022 to 2023. So so this is what I want to share. So we still have a few minutes if we have some thoughts to discuss or any suggestions. Federico or anybody else for any brainstorming before we adjourn this meeting.
Congratulations on the initiative and your articles, here. Very well done. I don't have anything to add, really. It was a really complete meeting. I don't know if anybody else wants to add anything or comment.
As I can see, I see Anil is here, but he doesn't use, he's not able to use microphone, but I always wish to listen from him any suggestions. And we have some other people also, if they have any suggestions. Thank you, Korede, for joining. I can see Dr. Nisreen is with us, and some other friends. So please feel free if you have any suggestions or comments.
Hello, Mohammed Ahmed Faragzda.
Yes,
I just want to thank you in the name of all of other the SIOP GHN working group leaders, co-chairs. Thank you so much for the last years. You have done a lot of excellent work, really. You was hyperactive, and we will miss you, but please be with us always and share with us your experience always. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Ahmed. Yeah, definitely I would be there because GHN is something like it's my family. So I'm in GHN, since the PODC since 2012. And I haven't shared my story for SIOP, but I say I joined first SIOP in 2012, and the most inspiring thing for me was PODC. So don't worry, I will not go anywhere.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. So if we don't have any further comments or suggestions, then we can adjourn. Let me see if there are any thoughts. I can't see anything in the chat. If something which was unanswered. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Nasreen. Okay, right. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you so much for your contributions to Global Health Network. And of course, we look forward to more contributions and efforts for the GHN. Maybe you can turn on your cameras and we can take a picture, one picture, like a virtual group photo, which I say. So please turn on your cameras. So before we go for just capturing a screenshot, Neil, Ahmed, Rosanna, Mahmoud, and others, Korede. Let's take one.
It doesn't work anymore with me. Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, let me.
My camera, I don't know why it doesn't
Okay.
work now.
Okay, I have taken this one. Just a moment. Okay, let me take another one. Okay, right. Thank you so much for joining, and we look forward to see you all in Amsterdam. And before that, we will be in touch if there is anything. Thank you so much for all your contributions and efforts, and we
Have a
look forward
great
to more
day.
impactful work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
very much.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.